So what made me consider moving to the United States was primarily education. I came to the United States in 2010, and basically at that point I thought I'll probably head back. But once I finished my education, I got to know like how life is here, and then got a job. I just like got really excited about the place, and I was like, hey, I want to stay here and see how things go. So I came on a student visa and then got a work visa, and then been here ever since. It's been like 16 years now. At what point did I realize that EB-5 is a right path for my family? Was, I would say, like I was always considering it. So I've been on and off looking at EB-5 for like 5-6 years. And then basically, I think the investment amount that probably went to about 900K. And then I spoke to a bunch of friends, and then they had some bad experiences in terms of their money being stuck for a long period of time because they didn't have protection and so on. But then when RIA came along, I felt like more safe. Like, okay, so now they've added some protections in, and things are better. So that's when I started considering it more seriously. But it kept on getting delayed. But I would say in 2025, when I saw a couple of options, and particularly when BAI came along and I saw the offering that they were giving, that made me seriously consider it, basically. So I was always on the fence, but I was on the fence for a very long period of time. But in 2025, when I saw what's there, and when I saw the project that BAI is offering, that kind of made me like, okay, maybe this is a good option for us. Surprised me the most about EB-5 was, I would say, the protections that have come in after like RIA. Essentially for me, it was like, the reason I delayed it so much was that, hey, this is a deal where you basically invest the money and just forget it. It might take like a decade or so. You're lucky if the green card and all that thing works out by then. But yeah, what surprised me is that it's gotten more organized. There are more timelines that are associated with it. Like also because you are also used to investing in like very, I would say, secure and organized investment assets. So this is actually like a new field altogether. It felt safer than I thought it would feel, if I can put it that way. So yeah. What was the biggest relief when I moved forward was that the uncertainty kind of went away. So for us, like, because me and my wife both are from India, both of us were born in India, so the wait time for the regular green card process is pretty long, and both of us are on an H-1B visa. So even though things have been fine, but you always have this thing on the back of your head, hey, what happens if both of us like currently lose our job, and we get like 60 days to essentially just move out and like figure out what we want to do and so on. And it's not like we can't figure things out, but like that uncertainty kind of gets to you after a point. You can live with it for like a year or two or maybe 5 years, but like, after a point, it kind of gets to you. So the biggest relief was that once you've made the investment and now you have all the paperwork, so that uncertainty has gone away. So there's a predictable path to you staying here. And that was the biggest relief for me and my family. What stood out for me when I first started speaking with the BAI team was, first that offering kind of stood out because the way they were doing seminars, it was very, very project focused. In most of the cases, it's just a fund investing in multiple projects. So they basically just talk about like all the projects that they have. The first thing was that this seemed like a very single focus kind of project, which gave me more comfort that, hey, these guys are just working on this and they're the ones who are actually going to execute the project as well. So it's not like some unknown player that I might not to meet directly, right? So it's like the same people are going to be executing the project, and they have their own investment in that project as well. So basically they care about the implementation and the execution. That was the first thing that I liked about it. And also like the return seemed more respectable compared to others. And then also like the whole idea about like, hey, there's a component of profit sharing as well if things go well. I got a sense that like, BAI respects investors. They genuinely want investors to build the project and they want to be successful at it, rather than just treating, hey, just forget about everything. This is just a green card. Forget about your money and all that stuff. We're just investing money, and we have like 20 projects going on, and then we just put your money somewhere so nobody cares about. So it felt more personalized. They're trying to build things and they want to get investors along the way to get there. So you kind of feel that, hey, it'll be good to participate in their journey to kind of succeed and get bigger and bigger eventually. Yeah. So what questions I asked that I feel every EB-5 investors should ask is get as much detail about the project, of what is the plan, what is the waterfall, what is the return policy, and then ask questions about like why they chose this project. What do they think is the success of this project? What are the failures that might happen? So it's very important for the investor to get a good sense of where they're putting their money in. 800K is not a small amount. I definitely feel that getting all the information and transparency about how they plan to execute execute it is very, very important. And also like how much skin in the game the investors have. Like, particularly if it's a vertically integrated project where the investor is also the developer, like exactly what do they set to gain and what do they set to lose if suppose, things don't work out. So that's very important for you to kind of partner with and be an investor in a project. So yeah, ask a lot of questions. And then because these investments are not similar to what usual investments are. So there is no such thing as a dumb question that I would say. Yeah. What would I tell other families who are considering starting this journey now? I would say just go ahead and go it, because everybody has their own situation and their own story and their own scenario. So, I can't give a generalized suggestion or advice here. But I'm saying that if you are like on the fence and if you feel that this is something that you want to do, I would say, it's not as scary as it sounds. So if you are considering it and just exploring, I would say just go deeper and start exploring more. You might find more comfort than basically anticipate. Like it's not as scary. It may sound as scary because this is a very different way of investing money, but there are still good players and like there are still genuine projects going on. So yeah, I would say just start exploring more and then start asking more questions. Would I do it again? Yeah, probably I would do it again. So I have no regrets about the decision because we were in the right place. I would say from where we wanted more stability, we were in the right place financially and we were looking for an investment. So like one of the things is that I have always been interested in student housing because I was a student here myself. I saw how student housing projects are and how excited students are about them. Like it kind of all aligned for what I was looking for. So if I were put in the same situation again for the same project, I would definitely do it again. Would I recommend BAI Capital to others? I definitely would. So I had a great experience. BAI Capital is extremely responsive. They answer all your questions. They try their best to kind of give you the reality. They have to kind of eliminate all concerns you have. At the same time, they're also reasonably honest about the risk involved. So which is also something that you want. You don't want folks being overly optimistic about stuff because then you get suspicious. So they're giving out the risk very transparently. They are giving out why they think that's not going to happen and they, and why they think this is a good project. The transparency, the responsiveness was something that definitely stood out for me.